I always, before I got married back eons ago, wow, guys, today has really been such a busy day. Literally, I woke up at like 7, got ready, had my coffee, and then I've been at my computer ever since. Raining today. Like, it's super, I don't even know if you guys can tell, but it's super, everything is wet. I love it though. The vibes are just like so chill. For like my work days, because I literally just like sit here and work all day. You guys want to know what I do? I help moms lose weight. Okay, like not just lose weight. I help moms rediscover their glow, their spark. I help moms remember that they always have been, are, and always will be that mom. Okay? Don't play with it. I take meetings basically and I go over like, what are your goals? Where are you? Where do you want to be? How do we get there? Okay, because it's really the middle. Everybody knows like, oh, this is what I want to do, this one, but it's the middle that you need help with, right? So my job is to take that middle part, whatever is in there, whatever is like obstacles or whatever it is. My job is to just boop, make it go away. Now you reach your goals. There is no middle anymore, you know what I mean? And so when I have my meetings, of course, people want to see proof. So this is just like what I show them. My clients' results as well. And I be like, is this what you want to look like? Like, is this your goal? So yeah, then I show them, I've worked with hundreds of moms already that have done this. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, come on, let's go. Let's do this. And then they're like, oh my gosh, yes, I want those results. I want to look like that. And I'd be like, oh, babe, come on. And then, yeah, the rest is history. They get results. That's what I do for work is I help moms transform their bodies, transform their mindset, reverse diabetes. I really help moms change their lives, like it's so, and that's why, I'm so passionate about what I do is because it's so much deeper than just like, oh, I want to lose weight. Like everybody wants to lose weight, right? But like, are you really ready to do what it takes? Like, it's one thing to want what someone else has. Oh yeah, I want results like that. Like, how did you do it? Everybody can want. But are you going to work for it? Are you going to sacrifice? Are you going to invest not just money, but your time, your mental attitude, thoughts, like, are you going to invest physically? Are you going to invest mentally? Are you ready to like believe in yourself again, And so that's why, like, yes, of course, I get clients, but then there's also people that tell me no. Okay, like anything in life. Sometimes they're just not ready, like they're not ready to really believe in themselves. The ones that want a flat stomach, for real, like they literally, like I'm telling you, look at this, 10 weeks. Are you kidding me? Who else out here is getting clients results in 10 weeks, less than 90 days, like literally. So yeah. Me, because I've lived it, okay? This was my life too. I was 230 pounds too. I was fat too. My client told me that one time. I was like, she finished her program and we did like the meeting. I was like, why did you choose to work with me? She said, because you were fat, just like me. It's like, well, thank you. No, but it's true. I hear it every day. And that's what just like really instills the belief in myself is I'm telling you, women, I'm not exaggerating. Women tell me every single day, oh my gosh, you inspire me so much. Like, I came across your Instagram and I was like, oh my goodness, if you can do that, I can do it. Like, I'm telling you this. I hear this every single day. And like women really just tell me it's always like it's your story and it's, where you started from and I could relate to you. I could connect with you. So, I just like to be myself. I just like to help moms because one last thing, and I'm going to stop talking ear off. One last thing. The real reason that I do what I do is because it's nothing like being a mom. As a mom, we are our own species, okay? Like, we really are. Because can't nobody else get pregnant, give birth, feed the baby, raise the baby. Like, you cannot convince me that motherhood is like a whole, I don't know what world y'all are living in. I don't. When you become a mom, you live in a completely different world. And so sometimes you just forget about yourself. You know, you really do. And like everything becomes about like, you live in the world of this baby now, or multiple babies, whatever, right? Like you live in their world now. And so maybe a couple years go by and you're like, dang, like I've been living in their world for so long. I forgot who I am. Next thing you know, you're looking in the mirror, you're like 300 pounds and you're like, oh my goodness, like, how did I get here? Like, okay, yeah, I gained 40 pounds during the pregnancy and then maybe another 40 pounds. Like, and then you look in the mirror and you're like, damn, I'm the biggest I've ever been. Like, how did I get here? So that's the part that is why women, moms, like, connect with me, is because they're just like, I share that part of my story a lot, you know? And two, on top of that, that's why like they say your gift is what comes easily to you, what comes naturally to you. Working out, being healthy, looking good, that comes naturally to me. I know how to gain 10 pounds if I want to be thick, and I know how to lose 10 pounds if I want to, like, you know, cut down a little bit. That comes easily to me. You know, I know how to work out. I know how to have a flat stomach, keep a flat stomach. Like that comes easily to me. Like I'm telling you, like I could do it like in my sleep. So your gift is what comes naturally to you. I know how to be in touch with my body. I know how to heal my body. I know the exercises I need to do for having abdominal separation from pregnancy. You know, that's what comes naturally to me. I mean, mind you guys, these are my results. I did this in 90 days. Wait, let me go back. These were my own 90-day results. The reason my program is 90 days is because that's how long it took me. And that's how long it takes my clients. You know, I'm not saying everyone's going to have a flat stomach in 90 days. But what I am saying is that if you take it seriously and you do the program as given to you and you don't make excuses and you don't just, I'll do it, I'll get back to it. Like, I can give you everything you need to reach your goals. But you, at the end of the day, I cannot force you to do the workouts, right? So that's why I say, you know, there's the give and take, you know. Like I can tell you exactly what you need to do. I can give you the plan. I can guarantee you get there. But I'm not going to shove the spoon down your throat, okay? You're going to have to pick up that spoon and eat the chicken noodle soup. Sorry, just never mind me. That's pretty much what my work days are like. Just very peaceful and very quiet. And I love that for me, you know? The reason I say I'm just really that girl is because, like, honestly, you guys, my life has not been easy. And, you know, now 27, almost 28 years later, I'm grateful for that. I'm actually pretty happy that my life hasn't been easy because it's made me who I am today. And I've just learned so much. Even just going through a divorce at a very young age. I feel like any mom will probably say the hardest part about separation or divorce is not being able to see your kids every day. Like, to me, that's really like the hardest part. When I first had to do that, I was depressed outside of being a mom. You know, I'm like, if I don't have my kids, like, who am I? I'm nobody. I'm nothing. That was something that I had to really heal in myself. And I had to realize I was a person before I had kids. You know, like before I was Ariana the mother, I was just Ariana, you know? There's more to life. There's more living to do. You know, like, yes, this is unfortunate. Yes, I missed them. And yes, I'm going to cry. Okay, that's understandable. But like, don't just throw life away. One thing about me that is also my gift is I'm like an alchemist. I really am. I am so good at taking a shitty situation and like turning it into like a damn, like, how did that happen? Like, in a good way, you know, like that's why I say I'm that girl for real, because I really know how to take the most messed up situation and make something beautiful out of it. I know how to turn your pain into purpose, power, all the things, right? So yeah, when I was going through that, my lesson was, okay, I got to figure out who I am. Who am I? I just started learning more about myself. And another thing was I couldn't take the cop out and go like be with a guy. You know what I mean? Because, obviously like there's like guys. But at that time, I had the option to just be around this guy all the time and, like just basically have that like little patch on the tire. You know what I mean? Like there's a hole in my heart. Like maybe this will like patch it up. But I was like, no, I can't. Like, cause then like he was annoying. But anyways, I was like, damn, I really gotta be alone. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm a Pisces, so I feel so deeply. And at that time, I said, I have to be alone. And it hurts to be alone. But I had to remind myself I'm alone, not lonely. So yes, I went to the movies by myself, tons of movies by myself. I went out to eat tons of time by myself. I did so much stuff by myself, moved by myself, like so much stuff just by myself that it really, taught me how to live by myself, how to be okay with letting things go. And I always, before I got married back eons ago, I would always hear pastors, preachers, just people always saying, don't rush to get married. Spend all the time alone. Being single is the best thing that can happen to you because you just learn about yourself and you figure out who you are and what you want. So don't rush to get married. Like I'm telling you, I always heard people saying that. And that's why I say I'll never regret anything. I could never have any regrets because no lemons, only lemonade, baby. Okay? Only lemonade. Like, okay, yeah, I rushed to get married, whatever, right? And then like, a couple years later. So now being single again, I get it. I get why being single is so important. Being alone is so important because you really do. Because we're 18. First of all, getting married at 21 is crazy. Like, what did I think I was doing? 21, like, so you're young, you just want to experience the world, and you find someone and you want to experience the world with them and do all the things, right? But also too, for me, what I had to understand was like I also grew up abused. I grew up sexually, emotionally, verbally, mentally, like all the abuses, physically, all the abuse, right? So in my mind, I'm trying to like, okay, I'm out of that. I'm in college, like that doesn't affect me anymore. Like, I'm my own person. I can like be myself now. And I had to realize trauma is real. I had to realize trauma is just not that thing that you can just be like, oh, okay, I accept it. I forgive them. I move on, because, or maybe you can do that, but sometimes it'll creep back in and it will show in other areas of your life. And you have to know yourself enough to know, okay, is this my trauma that hasn't been dealt with? Or is this someone else's trauma that they haven't dealt with and they're projecting it onto me? And those are some of the biggest lessons I feel like anyone can learn in this life, because I don't care what anybody says. I stand 10 toes when I say life is about you. Okay, it's not about a career. It's not about your partner. It's not about your kids. It's about you, like literally you. Because guess what? You came into this world alone and you're going to leave alone as well, and not just in a selfish way, but I'm saying life really is about you. The world really does revolve around you because for me, I'm very like in tune with my spirituality as well. And I 100% believe that God is within me. So to choose me is to choose God anyway, And it's like when you realize that, life just makes so much more sense. And honestly, the hard choices become a little bit easier because you don't go back and forth in your mind. Should I choose this? Should I choose myself? Should I do what makes me happy? Should I do this? Should I do what makes me feel good? Like, whatever, right? And so ultimately, you have to choose you. Choosing you means choosing what is going to help you grow, what is going to possibly, it's okay to change in a good way, what is going to help you. You have to do what is going to help you, and what is going to help you is whatever decision is less stress, less chaos, less disorder, really just stress. Because stress, that's a whole nother conversation. But stress, every deadly disease leads back to stress, honestly. But that's another story. What is going to keep your energy, your mind, body, soul, all the things? What is going to keep you vibrating at a level of peace, joy, and enlightenment? Okay? For me, that's the way I live my life. Peace, joy, enlightenment. If making a decision is going to cause you to come out of your peace, out of your joy, out of your enlightenment, it may not be, the best decision, or, whatever, right? But I forgot what I was even talking about. That's probably like the ADHD in me. But anyways, long story short, I learned how to be alone. I learned how to live alone. I learned how to stop thinking I was lacking. Like, oh, I need this person in my life. Oh, I need to be with my kids every single day because how am I going to live from that? I need to talk to this person because how am I going to live? I learned how to be, not just be alone, but thrive alone. And that's what life is really about. It's about growth, and it's about healing. The definition of heal is only to take what is separate and bring it together. Okay, that's the definition of healing. And we're all born perfect, whole, in my opinion, right? And then life happens, and it has a way of, somewhere along the line, could be when you're 5, could be when you're 7, could be when you're 27, whenever, right? But somewhere along the line, oftentimes people start believing what has been told to them. Possibly if it was negative things: you're stupid, you're dumb, you're sensitive, you're not anything, you're not going to be anything. Sometimes people are told these things, and somewhere along the line we've told it enough times that we start believing it. And so now we're separate from who we are to who we think we are. And we start acting, you can only be who you are. So if you think you are this person, you're going to act like this person, you're going to behave like this person, you're going to talk like this person. And so I always say you're exactly who you think you are. So if you think you're dumb, you think you're stupid, you think you ain't going to be nothing, you think what everyone else has said is true, you're going to act like that, and your life is going to reflect that. But if you think that you are the most amazing person that's ever been created, and you're a goddess and you're an angel, and you were literally put on this earth as a gift to the people in it to help everyone else, whatever it is you believe about yourself, that's what you're going to act like. And so for me personally, my healing journey was just, I got separate from who I really am. I started thinking I was all these things that had been told to me or done to me. And my healing, as painful as it was to accept certain things, or, just all forgiveness, all the things, right? But like I say, I would do it a million. I'm not going to say that, actually. Never mind. I wouldn't do it a million times over. Can we start acknowledging we would not do that a million times? Okay, let me be serious. No, but I'm grateful for my journey because it has only led me to become better, more wise, stronger, more loving, more capable of receiving love. Yeah. So life is about letting go of the things that were never yours to carry and moving forward with, sometimes it's not about what you don't have. Sometimes it's just about what you have left. You may have lost a lot, but you still got something left, right? And so it's about, okay, what are we going to do with this something left, you know? So yeah, that's all. I don't even know how I started. This video is going to be like 30 minutes now because I don't even know how I started talking about that. But anyways, if you watched that whole rant, thanks. I love you.